You're listening to DC on Screen. Today I'm talking about my initial, spoiler-free thoughts on Black Adam. Stay tuned.
Are you struggling to conceive? You have options, and at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group, we'll make sure you have the guidance and support you need. PREG is known for individualized fertility care that's unique to every patient. We take the time to provide a reassuring and empowering experience because we believe that you deserve nothing less. Let us help you on your journey to parenthood. Visit us at pregonline.com to learn more. Get the guidance and support you need at Piedmont Reproductive Endocrinology Group.
Welcome into DC on Screen, the show that talks about the DC multiverse on film and television. I am your host, David Z. Roberson. Jason Goss, my co-host, has been super bogged down with some big transitions at his job, so he hasn't had a chance to see Black Adam yet, unfortunately. But I did, and I thought, why not just pop on and give some spoiler-free thoughts while the iron is hot. Jason and I will do a spoiler-filled review once he's had a chance to see it. Alright, man, so Black Adam. Whew. Man, we have been hearing about this since 2007. That's when The Rock was announced as playing Black Adam. And here we are, finally getting it in 2022. That is a long time. A damn long time to wait. And I have to say, after all that waiting, all that time, I thought it was badass. I thought it was really very enjoyable. I also think it was not great. But my expectations were met and exceeded. If you're a longtime listener of the show, or even really a recent one, you know I've been on a roller coaster with this particular movie. I'm into it. I'm bored by it. I want it. I don't care at all. Kind of a constant back and forth. Last I landed on it, I was excited for it. Except the why was based more in what the film was setting up, what The Rock was seemingly promising us would be the result of the film's success. So this film is truly a mixed bag, and I think there's a good reason for that. It's been reported that they had to cut something like 10 gruesome kills from the film to get it down to PG-13. And the producer said they also pulled out some really good personal moments. I definitely think there's a bunch missing. Call me crazy, but this film is 2 hours and 4 minutes. And remember, I've been a DC fan since 1989. I have been seeing Warner Brothers do this shit for years. And I've been doing this show for 7.5 years. I have seen some shit, including Toby Emmerich and Walter Hamada's name on this film in the end credits. This 2-hour cut feels like a 2017 Justice League situation for me. Like they were trying to get in as many showings as they could. Now, all of that to say, I expect a full R-rated director's edition on Blu-ray. And I think that some of the problems with the plotting in this movie, though they were not, egregious by any stretch, just small moments, small setups that seemed dropped. I think those may have been because of cutting for time. And there was one big thing that I really felt was kind of cut. But I mean, it's not noticeable if you're just watching the movie. You know what I mean? Like, anyway. The Rock does a phenomenal job at playing Black Adam. I wouldn't say he stretched his acting muscles, but he's definitely not the smiley, charismatic person we've seen promoting the film. He still reads as a shade of The Rock. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I feel like his character, honestly, was probably the one I walked out fully satisfied with. He's monosyllabic, he's tortured, he's out for revenge, but there was a nice amount of backstory. There's very good reasoning for his rage, good reasoning for his anti-hero status. And I thought there was a good resolution to that. And there was even a splash of redemption without him becoming a totally new character. I think pretty much everything about his character worked on every level, which is really the thing that they had to do. They had to get that right. Everyone else is phenomenal. All the other actors do a really good job. They do their best to give us enough of their characters to make us care, and whether or not you care about any one of them, I think depends on your mileage. And I was about halfway there, like a little more, a little less, depends on who I'm talking about. But none of it was the fault of the actors. Every one of those actors had it, man. They just, they just never gave them enough to really shine. Didn't give them enough meat. The film does feel uneven in places and doesn't ultimately gel into a cohesive tone. The score is, I feel, really obnoxious and overly repetitive, and actually sounds like a 90s action movie in like the worst ways. And the film has a number of needle drops that should have been really awesome, but somehow were really off-putting and awkward. Like, I don't know, it's just like the editing, like maybe they didn't last long enough. Maybe there was, I don't know, man. I've only seen it once. I just saw it a couple hours ago. And I might sweeten on this. I might say like, no, it was actually pretty good later on. But for now, I'm just kind of like, eh. But there's a lot of great action. And the third act climax battle, if I can speak, is honestly one of my favorites I've seen. It is killer seeing Hawkman and Dr. Fate, dude. Like, Dr. Fate stole the show. And Cyclone and Atom Smasher, man, they were great too. I love their characters, what little we got to see of them. I loved all of the connective tissue with the other in-universe properties, of which there are several. I love the universe expansion with Justice Society. The CGI all looked dope. So yeah, it is a badass movie, but it is a flawed movie. I personally do think it is worth seeing on the big screen. If not at full price, then hit up a matinee during the week. And keep in mind, man, I'm an old salty dog. While I had a blank face at almost all of the humor presented in the film, like I pretty much felt like 95% of the humor fell completely flat for me. Everyone in my theater was laughing. My theater had people cheering at all the appropriate moments. Everyone had a blast. I'm just a bit of a wet blanket. I've seen way too many movies in my time. I'm just watching the paint by numbers. Look, man, I personally hope this movie does well. I love what's setting up. I want more of this expansion. I would love to see The Rock continue to play this character, and I would love to see what they do without the chains of Toby Emmerich and Walter Hamada, who are now both officially gone. All right, that's it for me for now. Jason and I will get deeper into this and all the spoilers when he gets to see it. For now, go check out Black Adam. Let me know what you thought, and we'll feature you on our review episode. You can reach us on Twitter at DC On Screen or at David C. Roberson. You can talk to us on Instagram at DC On Screen. You can also email us at dconscreen@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and until next time, keep some DC on your screen.
Our intro music is by Jason Goss and Michael Shackelford. Michael's band, Galactic Engineers of Magnetic Sounds, or GEMS, can be found on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. Visit DCOnScreen.com to find our Patreon, merch, contact information, and every episode of the show for free, including crossovers we've done with other podcasts. DC On Screen is a maladjusted production. For more from me and Jason, including sketch comedy, vlogs, parodies, and our improvised web series Hey Guy, visit maladjusted.tv.